Hello everyone, bit of a treat today. We've dropped in to see the brand new Dewdrop Inn. Now if you've followed my channel for a little while, you would have heard me refer to our Hervey Bay fabric store, and the store was flooded in its old location earlier in the year, and Linda and her family have found a new site and have opened again. Yet to have a big grand opening. They're still waiting on lots of bits and things to be done. So I thought I'd pop in, say hello and have a look around. And turn on the camera and show you what she's been up to. Look at the Tilda corner. Isn't this gorgeous? Linda makes lots of examples of things, and it's so handy that you can see patterns made. It's just gorgeous. Look at that chicken. Gorgeous. Look at the colours. The Tilda Christmas is at the front door, so I will swing back there and show you, because I saw it when I was in Brisbane a fortnight ago, and it's a beautiful range of fabric. So let's just come back over here, and here it is. So they have put them in colour waves, and they're just beautiful. They're so pretty. I love that duck egg blue. I hummed and hawed about it in Brisbane, but everyone had sort of made combinations like this, and I just didn't know if I'd use all those. But when it's broken down into colour packs like that, you sort of, I guess, have a little bit more creative control over it. I love the red, but I didn't think I'd use the green, and I love the blue. Look at that. And then push it back down with a bit of cream for the soft neutral tones. Green, I've got, you know, plenty of Tilda green, and if I did need it, I could bring it in from somewhere else. Look at all the little, you're seeing these all over Instagram, where they're stitching around them and popping some fill in them and hanging them on their Christmas tree. They're so pretty. And then there's the actual fabric bolts. Gosh, they're going to sell well. Look at this. I think Susanna, didn't you show me that a couple weeks back? And look at this Santy. Oh my goodness. Look at the face on that. Oh, imagine that thread painted in through there. There's just not enough time of that. Look at those flowers. That'd be beautiful thread painted. Oh yeah, that's going to be popular. Oh my goodness, there's just not enough time to do all these projects. Even you're just adorable. I'm sure you bought that, Susanna. I'm sure you were showing me that panel, and you shared one with your sister. Is it a blue on the back? Yeah, blue tones on the back. Aren't you cute? Let's keep looking, and look at all this slow stitching. Linda's really getting into this world of slow stitch, and she's been a busy girl. Oh, look at that. She was just telling me that customers are coming in and showing a real interest in all of these little projects. So we're slowly introducing slow stitch to the world, guys. Oh, look at that. Just gorgeous little bag. Just eye candy, isn't it? There's Linda behind the counter chatting to some girls. And this here, look at this. Isn't that cute? Just a gorgeous little trim to add. I think I saw a green one too. Yeah, here's the green one. Spotted that. That is just so pretty. Imagine that trimming the top of a little bag. And then you'd have to buy fabrics to match, Corinne, but you know, I'm not going to do that. This here caught my eye too. They're very well made. Little apples. Apple pincushion pattern. Really clever. everywhere you look. And I love how she's organised them in colour palettes, so if something catches your eye, you can't go wrong because all your fabrics are just here. Oh, look at all this. And look at the K facet on the background over there. Oh my goodness, isn't that just adorable? Hope you guys don't mind me just oohing and ahhing. Bunnies. Look at those. Who is this? 3 blackbird designs. It's a quilt. That is a pretty fabric. Would they go well on my latest project? Possibly. A little bit of Christmas here. Oh gosh, that's gorgeous. That's my bolt fabric. I was thinking of getting another piece of that. I use it all the time. It's script. It's just handy. I was looking through all of these thinking which ones and there's a saw going. Oh, they're busy. Look at the K facet. I love the fabrics, I love the colours, but I find it just too much, and I might get a little piece, but what little piece would you possibly get? They're beautiful, just beautiful. So we'll just head down the back here. I spotted a few little categories. Patchwork, Dewdrop Inn, Linda and the team group things. So when you do shop here, if you're looking for birds or butterflies, she'll have a section that is birds and butterflies. So for example, here's all the butterflies. Just makes it so much easier. Betty Boop. Puppy dogs, lemons. There'd have to be a strawberry section, strawberry cupcakes, cats, under the sea. Just makes it easy. Around the corner here are the ginghams. There they are. Look at that. Now that's a range of ginghams. So pretty. A little bit of fluoro, look at that. Very on trend. Spots, stripes. Like it's easy to shop. Especially if you pick up a piece that's got a pattern and then you want to tone it down with that ticking look or a spot. Just gorgeous. Japanese fabrics. Let me take you down that section. Look at that. Good job. Welcome back. Gorgeous. So down that end of the building is sewing machine repairs, and then right at the very back in that little alcove is the classroom where folks can learn quilt making, slow stitch, a bit of everything. Awesome. Let's have a wander over here. Why am I heading here? Because I can see a colour palette that sort of goes with my Gathered Things project. Is there anything there that caught the eye? There was, oh, that's lovely fabric. I've used that a lot. Those big flowers. These, my villages, that's Susanna's panel, and I had the blue flowers everywhere. That's the fabric that I cut them all out of. There was something I spotted down here that I thought suited my Gathered Things. Where did I see it? Here. This caught my eye. These fabrics. No, it's gone. A lady must have picked it up. Nope, it's not there. It was a pale version of that one. Oh, So much. So much. Okay, well, I might leave yous alone. It was just a quick little video just to say hello to Linda and check in and see what she's been up to. All right, guys. Catch you later. Bye. Okay, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the little video of Linda's new shop in her new location, the gorgeous Dewdrop Inn. I'm home now. We had a morning out where we actually went to Maryborough first, had a walk through the street markets and had a look at a yarn shop that's over there. I didn't film any footage. It was just so hot, and the markets, there wasn't anything that was sort of our, you know, taste, basically, like fabrics and vintage and things like that. I did go into, I think it was the Anglican Hall, and there were lots of ladies in there selling some treasures. And I did pick up a few bits and pieces from one of the store holders and had a lovely chat. And then from there, we drove through to Hervey Bay and went to Dewdrop Inn and dropped into Woolies on the way home, or Woolworths on the way home, and got some eggs. So really exciting day out. But I thought while I was at Linda's, I'd do the video for you so you could have a little look. If there was anything that you spotted there that you wanted to ask Linda about, just give them a call. I'll put all the details in the comments below. The new location is 92 Beach Road. They were on Main Street. You know, the old days when the big country towns would have literally a main street and all of the shops were sort of radiating out from that. Well, that's where Linda was, and it was very low there. And when that rain came, it just washed so many businesses into oblivion. So she has found herself some higher ground out from that area, but not far. So if you do know Dewdrop Inn and you're heading to Main Street, just double check with Google first, guys, because she's now on Beach Road. So I'll put all her details in the description, like I said, and there's a website so you can have a bit of a look around. Now, in addition to going to Dewdrop, I called into Lincraft. I haven't been to them for years. There's one in Maryborough. I used to have one near me in Brisbane, but I often didn't go in there. I don't know, just never seemed to frequent their store. I had run out of the blue, and if you've been watching, I'm doing a bit of a binge creative exploration of my gathered things. And that's the blue that I found in my stash of cottons from that I inherited from Grandma, and she was a dressmaker of wedding. So she must have had a blue bridesmaid, but that's all it was left. So I managed to match that really well, which was good. And then while I was there, they had 30% off. So I guess if you've got a Lincraft near you, this is for the Australian girls, 30% off was across the store in a lot of categories. So I ended up picking up some additional blues. I think that velvet ribbon that I've got could do with that colour, if not this colour. I didn't have it with me. Let me grab it actually. So I guessed, because I'd really like to stitch a velvet bow on my piece, and I sort of took a punt that it was, oh, how's that? That's not a bad match. And if it's twisted over, that pretty good. Excellent. And then Grandma's threads are all beautiful, but I don't think she had many bridesmaids in these colours, and I find I'm often stitching down leaves and mustard things or needing a warmer tone. So yeah, that was good. Found I think all of that was $22, which is pretty good, I thought. Those discounts do, add up. Marianne spotted this. Now, this is a gorgeous little gold urn for my mouse house. It's probably not the scale, but it's just gorgeous. I thought maybe it could be sitting next to a little table and some plants coming out of it, like something that would be in the corner of a room sitting on the ground. It's just gorgeous. And the lady that owned the store that we got this from and these few little doilies, she said that there's a doll miniature teddy expo that's in Bundaberg. I believe it's already happened, but yeah, she often goes to it and takes, you know, miniature things that she's got in her inventory there. So I must look that out for next year. What did I find on her store? Well, everything was $1 that I chose. This little piece here, we were trying to work out what it was used for potentially. And I sort of said to her, I said, maybe she was testing a pattern, having a play with a pattern. And that's why it's a bit of an odd bod. But I love it. I like it because it's a different shape. I've got heaps of medallions, you know, the circular look. So if I see things that are rectangular or just slightly different shape, look at that, it's a diamond shape. Yeah, so happy with those for $1. And then she had a big box under the table that she hadn't yet put out and priced, etc. So she slung that in my direction and I had a little bit of a look through and I found these two little beauties. They're really pretty. Just gorgeous. If they went into a needle book, just gorgeous. Even like that. Yeah, really cute. Or fussy cut it out, add it into a piece. So while I was at Dewdrop Inn, you're probably wondering, what did she buy? Well, I restrained myself. I thought, you know, I can go here anytime now. I don't have to be, you know, panic shopping. But I did go with some Tilda, the Christmas range. So I chose the soft duck egg blues. And the good thing about it is there's probably only 2 fabrics that are Christmassy. The rest of them, like, that's a project waiting to happen, isn't it? There's the pop of the pink, so pretty. Then this one, that's holly with little birds, a little bit of mistletoe, holly but very, very not obvious, if that's the way to describe it. I love those taupey colours. And then the red one, I could not go past the red one. Just beautiful. And like I said in the store, that if I did want to bring a green in, well, I'm sure there's some Tilda stashed in the cupboard somewhere that I could easily bring other colours in. But that pink in that colour palette, very pretty. So that's what I got from Dewdrop Inn. I've got my little fix. I suppose I better get back to some stitching. I've had the morning off. It's now about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think it's Thursday for me. You're probably watching this Thursday too. I said to Linda, as soon as I get home, I'll put the little video together and pop it up on the internet for her to let everyone know that she's back up and running. And I plan to film another video for Gathered Things, which you'll probably see Saturday or Sunday. So yeah, can't wait to get back to the piece. I'm just loving the direction it's going in. So now that I have my blue thread, I can get back to work. Enough mucking around, time to get back stitching. See you guys. Oh, I must say, isn't it cool that Linda's got that display of slow stitched projects there, meandering through, placing stitches and fabrics and bits and bobs onto things, and people are starting to notice it and ask about it and what's that, and it's so fantastic. I know 12 months ago, 18 months ago, when Linda was starting to introduce it into her business, people were like, oh, what's that all about, you know, and a little bit frightened by it. But she said definitely there's a new uptake and energy coming from our little world that we're in. So that's very exciting. So there you go. We're changing the stitching world one stitch at a time, guys. That's just funny. All right, I'll leave you alone now. I better get back to stitching myself. I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys. Bye.